Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video I'm going to be doing my pits and peaks for the week. So if you're not familiar with the style of video that I do on my channel, I talk about things that didn't go so well for the week being my pits for the week, and things that went better this week being my peaks for the week. I didn't do a video last week on this, I just got a bit sidetracked on the Sunday, so I didn't end up filming the video. So I guess anything that I need to update from the previous week, I'll talk about that as we go on. We're going to start with the pits first, so we can sort of end on a high with the peaks, though I don't know whether there's any sort of high that I have for this week. It has been sort of, yeah, it's been a bad week, if you will. Compared to the last update that I did anyway. I feel like things had started on a high for the sort of first, was it the first week of January? Yeah, it might have been the first week of January. I'm losing track of days. But I was doing really well that week. I was on track. I was having a really good week with food. I'd been out for 2 runs and everything was going really well. I feel like everything has gone downhill since then. Yeah, I guess we'll start from there. So I have not been on any runs that I can think of. Maybe one. I don't know whether the last treadmill run that I did was this week or last week. So yeah, running has been very far and few and far between. I will have an update going out tomorrow on that because there is a sort of significant update on my training, but things are very sucky in that department. On top of that, I haven't really been tracking or paying much attention to my food. I feel that there have been certain habits and certain things that I wanted to get rid of as a habit that have come back. So that hasn't been great. Yeah, basically haven't been tracking, haven't opened Nutritrek. Things have just been the polar opposite to the previous week. So in general, just exercise and food hasn't been going great at all. So yeah, that was that. I guess I can touch on this, even though I'm going to mention it tomorrow, but we have decided to pull out of Cambridge Half, so I guess that's my biggest pit for this week. Did feel really sucky at the time. I do feel like ultimately it was the right decision, and I'll talk about that in the video, but yeah, just generally I'm having a really pants week. In terms of peaks this week, I don't really feel like there is much to talk about at all. I guess the only sort of peak to talk about is that I've shifted the cold that I was struggling to shift the previous week. So that is now gone. I am feeling pretty much back to normal with that, no issues. The only other peak, which I don't really feel like is a peak, it might sort of bring some pits later on. I'm really into like my gaming. I have played Skyrim and things like that on my on my PC. I used to play on my PlayStation on like Kingdom Hearts and games like that. Unfortunately, my PS4 broke, so I wasn't able to play those games, and I know that Hogwarts is coming out soon in February, and in the back of my mind I knew that I was going to be really jealous of watching Philip play that game and me sort of missing out, especially when it's something that I like doing. So I bit the bullet and I ended up buying a PS5 for myself. So that has meant that I've spent quite a lot of time on the PS5 in my sort of spare time. And I do feel like that may potentially be an issue if I don't get on top of it now. There were times last weekend and this weekend where I have not gone out for a run in the morning, and then I have just been on the PlayStation pretty much all day, to the point where I don't then end up running that day. I feel like if or when I'm going to have a run scheduled, I need to make sure that I get that done first before there's any sort of PlayStation coming into the picture. So the run always has to be done before I sort of go on the PlayStation, because otherwise you can lose hours on the bloody thing and then you end up not doing the thing that you're supposed to. So that has to be a rule going forward. But yeah, from the sort of peaks perspective, I am really enjoying being back on the console and playing games and things like that. But other than that, yeah, it's been pretty pants compared to the first week, and it really annoys me that I sort of had that first really good week and then sort of dropped the ball, so I'm going to have to get back on track with that. I am hoping that I get out for some runs. I will update, like I said, with a video on that, and I'm hoping that I can get Philip out with that one as well when we come up with a proper schedule. And I need to get back into tracking on NutriCheck, so that's going to be the intention for next week, is to try and get out for some runs and to start tracking again and be a bit more mindful of what I'm eating. So that is a very short update. I'm going to keep it very short because I don't want to blabber on about it, and yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. So I'm going to end the video here. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You can always click the notification bell down below and be notified of when my videos go live. Other than that, hope you're all staying safe and well. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, whenever it is you're watching this, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.